The year 2022 has clearly shown the devastating global impact that drought can have in Europe and worldwide. Germany is a water-rich country, but weeks of high temperatures and scarce rainfall in recent years have drained the levels of water bodies and rivers. The associated heat waves and water shortages had a serious impact on the environment. Forests, agriculture and plants struggled immensely. Farmers suffered large crop losses and wildfires became both more frequent and more severe. In June 2023, experts already talked about drought and the risk of water shortages in Germany, which call for an active water management plan. The focus of the drought case is to analyze the application of social media and crowdsourcing technologies on droughts to improve awareness and response in disaster situations. This includes understanding how and why social media technologies are being used by different stakeholders to further support the application of social media and crowdsourcing technologies. A collaboration with technology providers is also ongoing. Hello, I'm Max, a firefighter in the Aachen area. I serve the community both as a professional and volunteer. In close proximity to my residence, a few hundred meters away, lies one of the typical upland moors that is typical in our region situated in the south of Aachen. These moors react sensitively to periods of drought and then develop a fairly high fire potential, especially during heat waves. Only recently, not far from here, in the German-Belgian border area, a major operation involved fire departments from Belgium and Germany collaborating. I was personally involved myself on this operation. And this operation lasted for several days and involved 200 to 250 personnel at peak times alone from Germany. In these scenarios, as emergency response teams, we are dependent on receiving adequate location information on one hand and being able to inform and warn people on the other. And this is where the Links Community Center comes into play. By accessing the use case library, it is very easy for us to retrieve drought-related scenarios, for example wildland fires. From what is depicted there, one can go further to 3 other libraries about guidelines, technologies and crisis communication. From the Guidelines library, we learn that developing a social media strategy should start with setting the goals for this modern tool. From the wildfire use case, we learn that in this drought scenario, one of our goals should be creating awareness about the increasing risk of wildfires because of a sequence of years with drought periods. Extensive wildfires even sometimes require the evacuation of citizens living in the vicinity of the fire ground. Thus, prevention and preparedness is key. Effective risk communication is another goal when using social media. Again, one can find support in the Links Community Center. From the Crisis Communication Library, we can use trusted social media text messages also for the drought case, for dissemination of crucial information via our social media accounts. One can use the provided content and/or provide a link to the websites from disaster management experts. It is obvious that one cannot achieve awareness and preparedness with only one post or tweet. One has to repeat the message several times before, during and after the crisis. Here, the technology library can help with posting and scheduling content. Various technologies already used by practitioners are available, for example OBI for one. Of course, the 4 libraries mentioned can also help in other scenarios than the drought. These digital tools can, for example, enhance the situational picture by scanning posts sent by people who are currently in the field, who are on the move, communicating with friends and family. I also appreciate the recommendations of other authorities and institutions who have already made their way into the digital world. All in all, Links enables us to get started into this world of using social media for emergency response. I can definitely recommend the use of the Links Community Center. Whether as a beginner or advanced user, you will always find some advice that will help you move forward.